I've come to learn over my tenure of covering these games that, as always, there's highs and there's lows. Doubly so in the gacha space. But when a patch comes along that genuinely commands your attention, you'll come back and play it. At least a lot of us will. Most of us have a hard time accepting that these games were never meant to be played full time. I don't know why, but a lot of people think it's a good thing to main a gacha game. It's never a good thing to do this. It just, their entire structure and dynamic is meant to be played in moderation. And I would argue that moderation plays its role in all elements of life. But let's face it, guys, every good resource was poured into the finale, and every future good resource is being poured into 3.0. Now, as things stand right now, the second half of 2.7 and probably 2.8, I don't even think it's probably, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you 2.8 is probably, I'm so safe, I like saying probably. It is definitely going to be a continued drought. 2.7 second half going into 2.8 is drier than an Azir mid lane, a Sands of Time Echo Skin, Scorpion King, and Prince of Persia combined, bro. It is rough out here in these wuwa streets. The waves have dried up. My God, there's no waves. They are not wuthering. And you know what? It's okay. It's fine, in my opinion. Now I get it. There's this like duality right now of gaming where people that touch grass, that don't have all day to play games, are clashing with the unemployed or people who just don't have anything else going on in their life except free time to play games. And it's an interesting thing to always look at because, of course, one side's going to see it as, it's fine, I can just go play something else. It's not a big deal. In fact, this works out perfectly for me because I got so many other things to do with my time. And then the other side is going, well, I want to play this game more. I don't do this whole, I want to play multiple games things. I want one game to main and that's it. And I don't think either side is wrong here, which means the developer is the one you got to point the finger at, right? Because if the developer isn't appeasing both sides with a formula that kind of appeases both, then it's a kind of a developer flaw. However, to play devil's advocate, an identity is an identity. You can't please everyone. We know this, right? If that were the case, well, people wouldn't be fighting over politics in real fucking life. There's always going to be a straight shot that needs to be fired. And for some people, it's going to be fired perfect. And for others, it's going to be a shit fire. And so you have to ask yourself, what am I playing Wuthering Waves for? If I'm playing it for replay value, I'm cooked. That's clearly not where they're going. It's just not, right? But if I'm playing it for story and exploration, although I gripe on exploration, it's actually almost perfect exploration when you're playing it as you're playing through the story. If you're playing it for this, then you know precisely how long you're going to play this game for and when it's time to go and put your attention and focus elsewhere. You know what I mean? And that's kind of where I'm at. I gave up on the game's combat quite a long time ago. Now every now and then they cook a character so fucking thoroughly that it reignites a bit of a flame and passion in my soul, and I come back to the game and I say, oh, I gotta play Augusta. I gotta see this shit, bro. She slaps. And then I have my fun with her, and then I start I go down that rabbit hole of, okay, what else can I do with her? And then I'm easily and quickly met with that linear box, that linear predetermined way to play the character that both wuwa and Genshin are known for doing, even HSR. And I'm like, okay, there's only one way to play the character. There's no build depth, right? I can't play this character several ways. It's playing with this character, that's it. Put this build on them, that's it. I don't have that second element of gameplay that's enjoyable for me, which is a build diversity, variety, and multiple ways to optimize the character, right? It would be cool if I could go into Wuthering Waves and play Shuyin, not just with Galbrina for TOA or for Lova and Whimpering Waves, but I could put several different sets on him to make him a main DPS that performs just as well. Or I can put a set on him that makes me only use the skill because the skill gets some ridiculous amplification from playing that particular set. Or I put this other set on him and it amplifies his fucking Q to where his Q does a ridiculous amount of burst damage. And now you can go that. There's no nuance. There isn't. And so when you get on the game to play, you know, these characters that they're dropping out, not only is there no build depth and no build variety, there's also very little gameplay content to really sink your teeth into that motivates you to want to really play these characters out when the patches are dead, you know? There's the TOA, there's the Wuthering Waves. It's been the same since fucking day one. The bones have been laid, but nothing has been laid. No foundation. I'm sorry. There's foundation, but there's been nothing laid on top of the foundation. It's just the same. It's the same shit. All right. It's like building a home, laid the foundation, but you never actually built the home. It's like, okay, well, there's no real motive there. You see what I'm saying? And I'm somebody who really wanted Shu Yin, but then I realized that if I pull on him, the fuck am I gonna do with him? Nothing, really. I skipped Galrina. I didn't pull on her because I'm not giving this game $200 to do fuck all for the gameplay. This may sound like I'm going in on the game, but I'm actually just being very honest and just trying to explain to people the reality of Wuthering Waves is not to play it for combat. It's to play it for the story. And to be honest, it's to play it the same way you play Genshin. People look forward to the next Genshin patch, not for combat. That's just content creators constantly making guides for new players and people who actually think that shit is still worth watching. With all due respect, bro, put the blue set on the blue character, crit rate, crit damage, attack percent or damage bonus, call it a fucking day, bro. It can't be that deep at 5 years later. There's no way. I don't mean to be a dick, but it's just kind of the truth. There's no reason to play Wuthering Waves or Genshin other than the new story is updating. And with that story, we get to see this cinema experience of exploration and progressing world building, as well as plot twists here and there. And once that's all done, you have a day to 2 to 3 to play this character that just came out. Half of the excitement is purely due to you just wanting to secure the character and FOMO. And then the other half of the excitement is it actually does, very similar to League of Legends, feel like you're playing the game for the first time for a matter of 24 hours, and then it just fades. Then it just fades off into the dust. This is the nature of gacha gaming. You know what I mean? And I feel like the more people deny that nature but continue to play the game, the more you're going to be let down, the more you're going to get angry, and the more you're going to start to resent that very game. It's you can't turn a pig into an elephant, right? Unless you're living in world building of Harry Potter or something, then maybe you could do that. But you can't. It is what it is. This is the best time to say that phrase. It is what it is. I personally am looking forward to 3.0. I think 2.8 is going to be a severe skip, but I'm still going to play through the story. That way, when 3.0 drops, I can go straight into 3.0. But what I am not going to do is play these patches past the story until Wuthering Waves shows me, which I don't think they ever will. I think they're very similar to Genshin. Until it shows me that their gameplay is worth investing time in, I don't think there's any reason to pull on characters anymore either. Past, I love the character. Oh, I like their play style. Like, cool, you like their play style, but you're going to put that character away after 2 days. Because there ain't shit else to do with the game, you know? This was a conversation I wanted to kind of like update you guys on because I've been getting people in my streams. Smack, are you going to do the Shu Yin story? Are you going to pull on Shu Yin? When are you coming back to Wuthering Waves? There's not a reason to come back to Wuthering Waves right now, guys. Outside of doing the Shu Yin story, which I'm sure I would enjoy, right? But there's just better ways to spend my time as a gamer right now. Right now, fucking A, bro. I'm gonna be honest, I'm so overwhelmed in a good way with playing video games. I think that for the first time in my channel's like history, I played 4 different games in 1 month and covered 4 different games in 1 month. That is insane. That just goes to show you they're just dropping these fucking games like panties at a Chris Brown concert, man. You know, it's going crazy out here. I'm playing Duet Night Abyss. I'm playing Chaos Zero Nightmare. I'm playing Where the Winds Meet on the 14th. I played Blue Protocol and had to drop it because I was like, there's no fucking way I can play this MMO on top of Chaos Zero Nightmare and Duet Night Abyss. There's no way. And that's the game I'm least enjoying out of the 3. But don't get me wrong, I actually was enjoying Blue Protocol. I actually really was. I didn't drop it because it sucked. I had to drop it because I'm an unk. I ain't got that kind of time. And so with Where the Winds Meet dropping, I might have to drop another game. To be honest, I don't want to drop Duet Night Abyss. I'm genuinely enjoying it. It's giving me back that nostalgic feel of what it used to be like being a gamer. You got to grind for everything. You want something, play the fucking game, grind it, and you'll get it. There's no timer on it. You can grind it to your heart's content whenever you want to. There's a number of build varieties to play different characters and weapons and stuff. Well, weapons, melee weapons is a different story. But, you know, I'm enjoying that game. And Where the Winds Meet looks like one of the craziest fucking cooks I've ever seen in my life. That's a whole different ball game. And then at the end of the month, there's Arknight's Infield. There's so many avenues right now to play. And these games have content to play, right? Because they're fresh. They're out. They're fresh. And so it's like, play those games or play fucking dry ass Azir mid lane. I just watched League of World Finals yesterday. So excuse the League of Legends brain rot references and analogies. Play Azir mid lane ass Sands of Time Echo skin Wuthering Waves. You know, it's pretty simple there. Yeah. This was a raw video. I intentionally told myself before I hit record I wasn't going to edit shit out. Even if I have my perfectionist syndrome, I fucking hate when I have to stumble over my words or I like stutter or something. I'm actually very good at just going on tangents, as you could see. Probably got off track at least several times in this video, but I wanted you guys to understand, like, just from a place of genuine honesty. I'm okay with Wuthering Waves being dry because there's so many other things to do with my time. I acknowledge that the hardcore players aren't content with the game, and I think it's valid too. But you know, it's one of those, once again, it's one of those situations where you have to be honest with yourself and know that if, as a year and some changes pass by, if they haven't done what you wanted them to do, probably is never going to happen. And when it does happen, you will have been starved of the shit you wanted for so long that you're going to convince yourself that new content, because there always eventually will be some gameplay content. They always eventually drop it. You're going to convince yourself that polished fucking turd is somehow a field of gold. But it's not. You're just starved, you know? I guess that's the end of my tangent, guys. I guess to wrap it all up, I'll come back to Wuthering Waves when it's worth coming back to. As I said in the beginning, a game will command your attention. They will. They're really good at this. When a game is worth playing, it'll command your fucking attention. It will. And I think right now, the resources are all being allocated towards 3.0. So buckle up there, wuwa community. Game's not dead, it's just dry. It'll most certainly not only revitalize in 3.0, it'll be back stronger than ever, I think. We'll see what happens. I got faith in the Kudo games. To wrap this up, actually, remember, I said this a long time ago. Banger patch, filler patch, banger patch, filler patch. They're really good at this. Now, every now and then there's those one-offs. Banger patch, dead patch, dead patch. Right now, unfortunately, it's going to be probably dead patch, banger patch. I don't think 3.0 can match the hype of 2.0, but I don't expect it to either. I just expect it to deliver the same quality or somewhere near there. That's going to wrap up this video. Peace, love, and happiness. Thanks for watching and listening to my fucking ramble. Catch you guys on the flip side.